In a quiet town, there lived a young and passionate archaeologist named Daniel. His days were filled with excavations, dusty relics, and the thrill of uncovering ancient secrets. Little did he know that the most extraordinary discovery of his life was waiting just around the corner. One sunny afternoon, while exploring the winding streets of the town, Daniel stumbled upon a peculiar second-hand shop. It was a place that seemed untouched by time, with forgotten trinkets and treasures filling its shelves. As he meandered through the aisles, his eyes fell upon an old and tattered book. The book was bound in cracked leather, and its pages were yellowed with age. But what truly captured Daniel's attention was the writing within. It was like nothing he had ever seen before, filled with strange symbols and characters that he couldn't decipher. Despite his confusion, he couldn't tear his gaze away from the book. It was as though an invisible force was drawing him closer. Unable to resist its inexplicable allure, Daniel decided to purchase the enigmatic tome. He carried it back to his small, cluttered apartment and placed it on his worn wooden desk. Night after night, he pored over the pages, attempting to make sense of the cryptic writings. His determination was unwavering, but his progress was slow. Weeks turned into months, and Daniel's frustration grew. He was on the brink of giving up when, one fateful day, something miraculous happened. As he traced his fingers over the mysterious symbols, the words began to shift and transform before his eyes. It was as if a veil had been lifted, and suddenly he could read the text perfectly, as if it were written in his mother tongue. The book revealed a breathtaking tale of an ancient civilization that had once faced an apocalyptic threat. They had battled ferocious shadow creatures, beings of darkness and malevolence. Through incredible bravery and sacrifice, the civilization had managed to defeat these shadowy foes and seal them away in a powerful and enigmatic seal. However, as time passed, the seal began to weaken. Its magic waned, and the shadow creatures stirred, seeking to break free from their prison. The book held a dire warning that only one, with the unique ability to decipher its contents, could hope to renew the seal and prevent catastrophe. Daniel was filled with a newfound sense of purpose. He knew that he was the one destined to undertake this perilous quest. With unwavering determination, he set out on a journey to uncover the whereabouts of the ancient seal. His search led him to remote and forgotten places, to ancient ruins and whispered legends. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Daniel's determination never wavered. He followed the clues from the book, piecing together the puzzle of the ancient civilization's history and the location of the weakening seal. Finally, after a long and arduous journey, he arrived at a small, isolated village nestled deep within a dense and ancient forest. The villagers spoke of a clearing in the woods, a place where a moss-covered tombstone stood as a silent sentinel. Here in this hidden clearing, Daniel knew that he must perform a mystical ritual to renew the seal. The moment was fraught with tension, and he could feel the weight of the ancient civilization's hopes resting upon his shoulders. He followed the intricate steps of the ritual. As he neared the culmination of the ritual, a chilling darkness began to encircle him, and a monstrous clawed hand materialized before his eyes. As the dark clawed hand reached out to snatch Daniel, terror coursed through him. He braced himself for what seemed to be an inevitable doom, when suddenly a miraculous event unfolded. The ancient tree behind him came to life with a blinding burst of pure light and warmth. Its branches extended towards him, forming strong, luminous arms that enveloped Daniel in a protective embrace, shielding him from the sinister grasp of the shadow creature. In an instant, Daniel felt himself being drawn into the heart of the tree, as if he were passing through a portal into another dimension. His surroundings transformed and he found himself in a surreal realm bathed in an ethereal glow. It was a place that defied the laws of nature and physics, a world between worlds. A mysterious, resonant voice filled the air, echoing from all directions.
You have unwittingly set the shadows free. Now, you bear the burden of responsibility to stop them.
I didn't mean to release them. I only sought to renew the seal to prevent their return.
The seal was broken because it was meant to be. The shadows are ancient, cunning, and malevolent. They used the book as a lure, a trap for those who could decipher it. And now, they roam free, corrupting the souls of anyone who enters the forest.
Daniel felt a heavy weight settle upon him as the voice continued.
The seal remains strong enough to contain the shadows within this forest for 60 years. But during that time, they will relentlessly draw unsuspecting souls into the woods. These souls will be corrupted and transformed into shadow soldiers, the very embodiment of evil.
What can I do?
You must find a way to defeat the shadows. Only then can the world be saved from their malevolence. You have a powerful ally within you, the knowledge of the ancient civilization's fight against the shadows. Use it wisely.
Suddenly, he was violently expelled from the dimension, and all the light turned into darkness. In the dim, quiet confines of his small bedroom, Daniel's eyes fluttered open. He lay there, shivering, the sheets tangled around him, drenched in a cold sweat that clung to his skin like a chilling embrace. The room felt different, as if it were holding its breath, waiting for Daniel to make sense of the inexplicable. Confusion clouded his thoughts as he tried to reconcile his vivid memories of the otherworldly dimension with the stark reality of his room. The transition had been so abrupt, so disorienting, that he questioned whether it had all been a fevered dream. In the stillness of the room, he became acutely aware of a dull ache in his chest, just above his heart. It was a sensation that defied explanation, a phantom pain that refused to be ignored. Daniel hesitated for a moment, but instinctually, his trembling hand moved to his chest, and he felt a rush of alarm as his fingertips grazed the source of his discomfort. There on his chest was a mark unlike anything he had ever seen. A jagged wound, raw and angry, marred his flesh. It was as if a dark, clawed hand had reached out from the depths of his nightmares and left its sinister mark upon him. The realization struck him like a bolt of lightning, dispelling any lingering doubts about the authenticity of his experience. This was no mere nightmare. The wound was proof, an undeniable testament to the very real and malevolent presence he had encountered in that other dimension.